hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. It's remastered. Top side of Neo Sylphid today for a Patreon cast. It's going to be Neo Sylphid, and it's going to be best. One of the best Protoss players right now and for a long time. And at the bottom left it is Queen. You know him. Changed his name to Queen from 0, won 2 ASLs, and now he is a legend. Alright, so a PvZ here on Neo Sylphid, an incredible map made by Latias, a very, very popular map for a few years, and it's going to be a Patreon game for those of you who are supporting me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. Appreciate you out there if you are. We've got Mini and Royal watching, two, again, incredible players. We've got 22 APM here from Mini and 8 for Royal. Scouting out the wrong direction is Terry the Overlord. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, I know, Terry, you're scouting the wrong way, but that's okay, because that means you live a little bit longer. Maybe you can hide from the Corsairs that Best will surely make in this PvZ. Yo, a little bit sniffly here today, but that does not stop me from casting Brood War for y'all. Good stuff here today. We've got a gate opening blind. He has no idea if this is a pool first. But that's why we scout, to see if we need to follow it up with a forge and a cannon, or you can expand freely. Again, scouting the wrong direction here is this probe. It's a hatch first here from Queen at, bam, 9. It's a weird 9 hatch here from our guy Queen. Interesting to see what this follow-up is going to be. Let's see if the Queen... Well, I guess it's not a 4-player map, right? So he knows where the Zerg is without seeing the Overlord. And does he see it? And he does see it. You know, just a little bit of confirmation of something that you already know 100%. Pool coming down. No gas yet. Maybe it's going to be an early 3rd hatch. Just defending with Sunkens and Slow Lings. You can do that here, as long as you're not planning on being aggressive. Never mind. So it's an extractor here before the 3rd hatch. And the probe shows up and says, okay, that is the timing. That's the timing of a hatch first play, so we can't expand freely here because, bam, the spawning pool is not even done yet. Probe with a mission. Throwing down that expansion. And this drone is... Wait a second. Are we going to expand? Oh! Expanding here for his 3rd base. 250. 260. 90. 300. Okay, but seriously, though. Gotta make a couple lings. But now... A little bit late on that. It's fine. Yeah, usually we see Zerg players take their 3rd here, or take here, which you can't see because the fog of war and whatnot. But intriguing decisions here, I think, from Queen thus far. Zealot does get back there, ends up getting nothing done whatsoever. Great. 2nd Zealot's moving out. Really not going to get anything done either here. Too many lings out of the map. Metabolic boost is on the way. It's not a huge number of lings. Oh, what? How did he get in? Oh, this right side. Got in on that right side. Well, okay, never mind. They get a full scout off. See the gas timing. See the cyber core timing from which you can extrapolate when the Stargate is going to finish. Oh, I mean, now the cannon's done. Run-bys are going to be a lot more difficult. But if you have enough lings to go run by, jump on the cannon, go pa, 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 and it dies, then suddenly you're in a great position. So he might do that, except no more lings are in production at all. He really only has the 4 out here and the 2 in here. Doing a great job, honestly. I think he's got a kill on one of them. No, I thought he got a probe kill. Am I hallucinating? I feel like he got a probe kill up here earlier, but he totally didn't. Oh, he does run the... He runs the other 4 lings in. Now he's got 4 lings. Oh, there's lost mining time involved now from Best. This is horrible. This is a really, really bad time for our guy Best. 4 lings inside your base. You have to keep just perfect track of them. They're gonna start sniping off your probes. There's another Zealot you sent off across the map. He ends up getting a single kill, and it was probably a Zergling. Yeah, this is a pretty terrible opening. It could be worse. Let's be real. It could be worse. He could have lost this cannon, and then like 10 more lings show up, and he just loses the game right here. This is pretty bad, though, man. I'm sure any of these guys have kills, though. Like, I've not seen a probe get sniped yet. I thought I had, but I hallucinated it. Sometimes that happens. Yeah, these guys have 0 kills combined. But boy, are they being annoying. It's a Spire opening here. They're trying to take out that Zealot just so they can more freely... Oh, about time for the cannon, though. More freely jump on the probes, but no. Oh my gosh, these guys are taking hits. But it's 2 hits from a Zealot to kill a Zergling. This is okay. Another guy's over here. Yeah, this brown is kind of hard to see on this mini-map, but the option is red, so we're going to stay. You know, just getting a lot of value with slow Zealots. Oh, one of the Zerglings died. Oh, no. This guy's still parked back here. Ah, did end up killing that Zealot inside the main. Incredible stuff. Zealot that was at the third base just kind of wandered up to the natural. Surrounding a Zealot, as we know, is mildly more difficult than catching a greased pig. Macro hatch. Mutalisks on the way. +1. Corsairs in production. Citadel coming in. Queen? It's up to you, dude. A lot rides onto these Mutalisks, getting a lot of damage done quickly. Because this Corsair count's going to get big. They're going to get that +1 attack fairly early, too. There's a cannon to help them at each of these bases when the Mutalisks show up. So he's ready for this. It's not a ton of Mutas. I think he made 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Couple Scourge. Obviously, the Scourge are key to this whole thing. All right, double Corsair with cannon support. Mutas are like, nope. Not for us. However, killing Zealots on the ground is for us. These guys can't shoot back at all. How embarrassing for them. Templar Archives getting tossed up, looking good. Get that Storm out. No matter what the Zerg player is doing, you want to get that Storm out for sure. Macro hatches, more of them being produced out here on the map. Gate. Here for our Protossi dude. How many Corsairs are there? 4. Now, you can overmake Corsairs in this situation. If you try to make, 12, 16 Corsairs because you're like, this guy's going Sky Zerg on me. And then he only made the 5 Mutas, and then a million Hydras show up, you simply die. So you gotta keep it, gotta keep it balanced, right? Keep making Corsairs, get that +1 attack, get that Citadel going, get that Templar Archives, firing up Storm. Try to keep an eye on exactly how many Mutalisks are out there. Try to count them when they come in and jump on your base. But so far, it's 5 Corsairs with another, 6 Corsairs with another on the way. My apologies. This probe got up here, built a pylon, and got stuck. Haha! He's going to have to wait until this mineral field is depleted. There's 850 minerals on it, so have fun with that. Probably doesn't want to kill his own pylon just so he can escape with that probe. Yeah, once you've got this many +1 Corsairs, Overlords die pretty darn quickly. The Mutas are like, the Corsairs are over there. Go! Go. Get them. Snipe them down. Storm is not even close to done yet. He's trying to stay out of range of those cannons, but he's doing a great job picking off those probes. Have to come home and deal with it. The Scourge intercept them. Kind of, sort of intercept, but also not really. Okay, so pretty good Muta harass. I like it. Didn't take any shots from Corsairs. Didn't take any shots from cannons, I don't think. Was able to kill maybe 5 or 6 or 7 probes there. Somebody in the comments was probably counting for me. And they can let me know. Yeah, Corsairs getting hits off. Here's that big swell of Hydras, which is why you want speed lots, check. You want +1, check. You want Psy Storm, almost check. Another macro hatch here at the third. Part of it's SimCity purposes. You want to keep the Zealots from getting behind here if you can. But part of it, obviously, is just for making more stuff when the time comes. Lurker Aspect is on the way. Supply blocking Queen again with that Corsair connection. And Dragoon range is being researched here too. Because obviously it's going to be Lurkers, and even if it's just Hydra, Dragoons trade fairly well against Hydralisks with Zealot support and Storm support. So yeah, getting Dragoons here, reasonable. Protects you in case there's somehow a massive Muta attack that shows up at the main or the natural. Hey, then we'll have some Dragoons to fight back. Also great against Lurkers. I mean, Dragoon just overall, all around, pretty great unit. Right up until the point they start getting plagued and then cracklings show up. Even then, with good Dragoon micro, you don't have to lose all your Dragoons immediately in that situation. And Best is good enough at it to make it happen. Hydra's hunting Corsairs really should never kill a single one in the hands of somebody like Best. There's no reason at all for these Hydras to catch them. They're too slow, even with the speed upgrade. Corsairs are zippy, plus they can fly. It's just all of these things come together to experience a situation where Hydras are never going to kill a Corsair unless the Corsair is committing to some kind of a crazy attack and is willing to lose a couple, there you go, nice Lurker eggs, lose a couple Corsairs in order to kill like 10 Overlords or something insane that way. That's the only time you're going to see it. Muta's chasing the Zealots away from the third base, and the Lurker egg block. Crazy good stuff here from Queen. But any Zerg player worth their salt is going to bust that move out from time to time. Especially in this matchup, but we do see it against Terran as well, don't we? Terran Amulet is on the way. And a fourth base finally coming in from the Zerg. No third base from the Protoss, though. I think Queen's been keeping an eye on that. He's like, okay, he doesn't have a third base of his own, so going for a fast fourth and trying to saturate it is probably just asking to die. I need a big standing army, and that's what he's got. Ton of Hydras, plus one attack on those guys. Muta's trying to snipe the High Templar, getting another one, and then, whoa, getting absolutely melted there. 3 High Templars survived that incredible engagement. The danger is over. The Mutas are gone. That is too many High Templar remaining. Not enough Lurkers or Lings or anything. Mass Hydra against this composition? No thanks. Great Storm from inside this third base location. Loving it. And defending it as he throws up a third base of his own. Corsairs say, all right, so the Mutas are dead. I don't see any Scourge hoofing around anywhere either. And there are actually no Scourge on the map either. So now the Overlords have to park on top of the bases. Not a lot of map vision. God, they got one anyway, though. The only map vision is these Lings, which, to be fair, they're doing a pretty great job. Another supply blocked by Best. This Corsair usage is so good. It makes it look so easy, too. You know, I talk to my lower-level player viewers, and they're like, man, the Corsair control, the pros make it look so much easier than it actually is. Plus, you're trying to macro back home. Plus, you're trying to avoid getting trapped by these Hydras. Ooh, he does lose one there. Probably an already very injured one if I had to guess what that was. So now the question is Queen's Nest. There it is. Cool. So we know where we're going from here, right? Plague, Dark Swarm, all the great late game PV stuff we get when Zerg players decide to go for it. Because too many times Zerg players decide that Hive Tech is for other players. Not them. I can just win with Hydras and Lurkers. But no, Queen respects Best enough here at the 13-minute mark to say, you know what? No. Let's get that red jam out there. Let's throw down the Dark Swarm. Let's make it a really bad time for the Protoss. I need him to make it a bad time for him. And he's going to make it a bad time for me as well. Late game PvZ is not really something either side enjoys. You're getting Psystorm to death. You're getting played. You're dealing with Dark Swarm. The Dragoons are made useless by the orange cloud of doom. And so far, just dancing around. I mean, this is Queen trying to find an angle of attack, but Best is just being on the move, being ready for it, intercepting these attacks. Hydra does get up here and at least get a scout off on this base, theoretically. Theoretically gets a scout off on this base. Doesn't actually get a scout off on this base. He just dies instead. Fatality. And a brutality. I don't know, hitting somebody with side blades to the point that they turn into a goopy mush of bones and blood on the ground, that feels like a fatality for Mortal Kombat, doesn't it? Yeah, they're adding new characters to Mortal Kombat. Protoss Zealot. Man, would you pick up Mortal Kombat if they introduced StarCraft units in there? How cool would that be? You get Infested Kerrigan all up in that mess. You get Jim Raynor fighting. I think that'd be great. Adrenal's coming in. Defiler Mound is on the way. Look at me getting carried away with daydreams of future integrations of IP from StarCraft to other media. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth base coming up the left side. Sixth base to 6 o'clock position. Seems appropriate, Queen. But here comes the Protoss. He's like, you don't have Plague yet. You don't have Dark Swarm. This is the window where I am maxed out and I can get some work done on you. Spread the Hydras. Spread the Lurkers especially. Snipe the Obs. There are 3 Obs here, though. It's a little bit difficult. Big win there for Best. Busted it through. Absolutely impressive display. Now the question is, can you kill the base? Adrenal's done. There aren't that many Lings, though. There we go. Ling's coming around the backside. A surround from the left side and the right side. Maybe a bottom side attack here as well. Queen doing what he needs to do if he's going to keep this base alive, and that is just throw everything he has into this meat grinder. Yeah, there are Adrenalings at the top of this ramp, Zealots. You don't want to go there. Best has still got some dudes left, but it's looking really bad for him. On the other side of it, a Zealot runs into the third, or the natural base. There's not actually any Sunkens here. No static defense at all to save the day whatsoever. So yeah, this group is dead. 5 kill Dragoon says, remember me, and explodes. Cracklings and Hydras do respond to this bit of a Zealot attack into the natural base and into the main base even. By golly, this is why you just put us Sunken. 1 Sunken means that 2 Zealots can't come in here and force you to respond with like your entire army. Okay, he didn't respond with his entire army. I exaggerated. But boy, howdy, it sure felt like that. So 4th base rolling here from Best just fine. 5th base getting set up now, too, at the 3 o'clock. We got Lurkers. We got Hydras. We got Cracklings. And now Defilers are on the map. I don't know where they are. I don't see them yet. But they'll be joining the party soon, and they will not catch us by surprise. Yeah, the Adrenaling's telling Best that there are Defilers on the way. I mean, he got inside the main base enough to see the Defiler mound, so not a surprise. Hydra's thinking about busting up here. He's killing his own pylon. Oh my gosh, he's killing his own pylon. And he stops killing his own pylon because he's like, hang on, I need these cannons now. Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful decision-making there from Best. Great storms down here on the bottom side of the map, too. Trying to keep, or I guess just attack down into the 6 o'clock base. Why not? He successfully holds with high ground cannons at the 3 o'clock. Zealots running in. This base looks like it's going to be dead. God, Best is just everywhere right now. He's really keeping Queen on his back foot as well as you possibly can in this matchup against somebody as good as Queen. Crackling's coming out. They take down a Dragoon. Hey, that's what they're here for. Ob's getting sniped. High Templar getting picked off there too. After he did his storms, the hatch goes down though. The hatch goes down. I repeat, the hatch is down. It is 120 to 120 supply. Not looking great actually for Best. He got that hatch, but supply numbers not making a lot of sense here. Does he want to try to, I don't know, cast a spell? Defiler guys are just like, nah, we're going home. Hatch down, and guess what? Nexus on the way. That is a good pickup. However, a double expand situation for Queen up the left side. Zealot's trying to shut down this, let's call it a 10 o'clock. And this 11 o'clock is coming up unmolested for now. Oh, DT wanders into the 3rd. No, 4th, sorry. This was the 4th. God, this is such a good maneuver. DT Corsair is not just an opening gambit. It is a let's do it at the 19-minute mark kind of a play, and maybe there's so much going on. The Zerg player doesn't recognize he just lost 12 drones to a single Dark Templar. Trying to get up this ramp with the Dark Swarm, but Archons are in there. Psystorm is in there. Plague does catch a large group of High Templar and Zealots onto the right side of this map. This is looking absolutely disastrous, I think, for best. The Psystorms are coming in, though. He was saving them. He's not going to lose the Nexus, I don't think. A lot of Zealots on the way. Archon Plague, he don't care. He's got 5 kills all up in this craziness here, too. Absolutely bloodbath on display on both sides. But it's looking like Best is bringing enough Psystorm and Zealots and Archons to the party with the cannon support. More storms coming in all of the time. The desperate play to hold this position is humongous. 48 to 45 workers. Queen's droning up behind this. He does recognize the terrible situation that he's in economically, tries to fix it. Didn't actually lose the hatch down there at the 4th base, so that helps him immensely. He is flooding right now. He's only got 46 workers. It's not like he's a 65... Not like he's a 65 worker Zerg player here or anything, but ooh, DTs inside the orange as well. Good storm placement. Where are the overlords? There is no detection here. DTs inside the Dark Swarm, very hard to determine they're in there. You have to hear them effectively. Oh, Queen is still trying to get up this ramp, but I don't know if that's the right answer for him. The Dark Swarm wears off. Now the cannon can get some work done as it's getting targeted, obviously, by these Hydras and explode it out. But enough Zealots here to take down the Lurkers. Not enough Lurker. 2 Lurkers against this many Zealots with 2/1/2 upgrades is not going to work out for you in the long run. 2-1 upgrades on the Lings. Still flooding into this base. It is just an absolute Gettysburg-style attack here. American Civil War site where a lot of people died. I'm sure other countries also have similar places, but I'm an American, so I'm going to be American-centric in my historical references for the most part. I was going to say, we done? Absolutely not. Queen is still sending up here to this 3rd base. The income happening. It might go away. Actually, really soon here. So, mine while you can. Because this is a dead Nexus. Great storm, but not enough to deal with the remaining Lings, the remaining Hydras. They're attacking it. He's trying to get up here. Brings an Overlord this time, so you can't just bring DTs and clear out everything. And oh my gosh, he did not save that. He did not save it. 132 hit points on that Nexus. He saved it. Queen wants it more than he wants life itself right now. He's willing. Yeah, there we go. Now it's dead. Willing to sacrifice a couple more Lings and a Lurker and maybe a Hydra to make sure that Nexus died. So, 4 basing Best now. These bases looking pretty good. There's a DT wandering about, but guess what? At least there's an Overlord at this base. One Hydra is not enough to save the day here. Maybe if the drones help fight too. Yes, the drones do have to be engaged and enlisted into that situation in order to save the day. But what an incredible patron game for you today at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. If you're watching this a month early, the week of April the 20th, thanks for being a patron for at least $1 a month. You are awesome for supporting StarCraft in 2025. $1 a month is $12 a year, folks. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zealots. Okay, there it said a DT couldn't kill this base up the left side, so what if we bring 10 Zealots in instead with 3/2/2 upgrades? And then the Lurkers and the Defilers have to respond to that, and well done by Queen. 6th base still not happening. Zealots keeping an eye on it. Best not retaking his 3rd, nor is he expanding down the bottom right, but neither is Queen. This is a scrap-tastic PvZ, man. High level scrap here. Nice Plague. Great Plague. This is the stuff that Zerg does that makes Protoss feel like this matchup is unwinnable, is the Plagues and the Dark Swarms for the most part. I mean, obviously, the Cracklings have a lot to do with it, and the Hydralisks are always pretty good. And Lurkers, especially in defensive situations, are not bad either. We marching in. Yeah, the way both players are keeping a beautiful eye on each other's troop movements is high level here. Nobody's been able to sneak an attack up to any position without being met by stern and stiff resistance. Which just goes to show, I mean, the map awareness that we've got here with Lurkers, with an Overlord, with a couple more here too. Do not know where the Corsairs went. They might have, like, dive bombed on a bunch of Overlords during the battle for the 3rd that lasted for 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure they're dead now, or else these Overlords would also They would be dead in the place of the Corsairs being dead. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm sure it does. 181 to 146 supply. Best looking strong. Looking all sorts of good here. Lurker burrowing in. Beautiful storm drop up here at the 11 o'clock. Dodging storms really fairly ably, but then a Zealot shows. Hey, look, having a Sunken is actually amazing. Huge push towards the middle at the same time. Nice Plague! Man, engaging through the Plagues anyway, says Best. I don't give a crap. I'm up 40 supply on you right now, sir. Hydra's running for it. Chitin into the 4th base. We go full drone evacuation. No Lurkers, no Sunkens protecting that one. It is done. Yeah, Hatch down, Zealot attacking away. Zealot's very good at killing buildings. Trying to come up and make sure this army dies in exchange for getting this base. Queen swarming in with 3/3 Hydras. 3/2/2 upgrades on these Archons, though, man. It's the Hydras when they target fire you, though. It doesn't take that long to take you out. Can he save the hatchery? He does. He saves his hatch, unless the DT comes in and kills it, which would be incredible. Get the hatch, DT. Get the hatch, DT. Get the... Okay, yeah. He had to attack his own Hydra with Lurkers to try to splash that DT down, but no. Dude, get it. Get the hatch. Get the hatch. Stop chasing Lurkers around. I mean, sure, fine. If you can kill the Lurkers, I'll allow it, but it's very non-guaranteed damage. Finally goes down. Woo! And Obs... Yeah, one of them gets out of there. He doesn't have Obs speed. How does he not have Obs speed at 26 minutes? I assumed he did. I assumed he would at the 26-minute mark of a PVZ, but it's been pretty chaotic in fairness. Still up 40 supply, though. Best is very much where he wants to be. He's got big armies, got Zealots, got High Templar. He can turn into Archons as needed. No Dark Swarm coming up here. This is more of a Plague engagement with all these Zealots. My gosh, when they have upgrades, they crush through. No Crackling. Okay, one Crackling to fight all this is simply not enough. Simply not enough. Not even close. Trying to save this whole 10 o'clock position again. Obs gets sniped. Zealots holding the line, but I think there's enough Zerg here to shut this down. Also, that base stayed alive thanks to the Sunkens on the high ground. 120 to 60 supply, though. Oh, boy. Best is bleeding heavily. 35 drones remain. Another one dies. Another one dies. It's only 50 workers here from Best and 120 supply, but comparatively, he's doing way better than Queen is right now. I do want to say the static defense might have had something to do with how this game is going and looks like it's going to end for Queen. The Stunkens on the high ground. Stunkens here with Lurkers, right? Stunkens here with Lurkers would have done a wonder, and would have done a wonder here for that drone not dying either. Plagued up. The thing is, we do see games where Zerg players don't bother making static defense, and it works out for them wonderfully. Action's really good at it. We've seen Soulkey pull it off too. Queen's done it in the past as well. So it's kind of like Zerg players, they live to be on the edge of what they can get away with. How many drones can I make here before I have to start making units to deal with this incoming attack, right? Do I need Hive Tech to win this game? Can I just basically skip out on Sunkens, get more drones, and therefore get a better economy here? And the answer is sometimes yes, and sometimes no. Great, Storm Drop. Again, 26 drones is abysmal. Queen trying to expand to the bottom right spawn location on Neo Sylphid. I feel like one Zealot going down there could probably shut it down. He cannot spare anything to protect it right now, unfortunately. Kind of curious about this troop movement from Best. I guess he's just checking for bases he doesn't know about. But with his entire army, I mean, this base is mined out. It's not worth attacking. Well, the whole army's here to kill your new base, Queen. Maybe you can counterattack in the meantime. There are no High Templar at the top of that ramp, by the way. That seems like a pretty bustable base. Because this is dead. I don't think you can avenge it. I don't think you can save it. I don't know why there are drones transferring down here. You know the army's here, man. They probably got that command a while ago. Yeah, I mean, it's just 3-1. At this stage, right? 150 to 50? All the plagues and all the dark swarms in the world are not going to save you in this situation. Not when the Psystorm is coming in this heavy and this stormy. That's a lot of Zealots that are dying here. It's still, yeah, they're done. Everything is gone for Queen. Not enough money to remax. Everybody's out, and Best pulls it off in a scraptastic, absolutely insanely scraptastic PvZ on Neo Sylphid. Oh boy, GG, what a game out of Best there. I thought when he lost this base, he was gonna fall down dead at that point, but he's able to hold on to that base, expand to the right side, and then go to town, storming drones, killing hatcheries, killing another hatchery, shutting down this bottom right. And all in all, excellent, excellent job here by Best. Great macro. The Overlord killing, the supply blocking of Queen in the early stages of the game had a lot to do with it as well. And I do wonder if Queen just spent too much trying to kill this Nexus. Best never tried to retake it. I don't know how many minerals are left at it, but it can't be that many. So I'm wondering if maybe just he exhausted too many lurkers and too many lings and too many defilers and hiders to try to kill that position. And in the end, it just wasn't worth it. And that didn't help him either here. But yeah, great job, man. These Zealots crushing through everything, getting plagued, still fighting on. Fight on, fight on, fight on is what they say. And GG. Whew. Good, 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 good. Good example of how to play the PvZ at the later game against somebody like Queen. Higher APM from Queen. APM is not everything. Queen outproduced 8-3, but a 7-2 kill death ratio from Best makes up for that. Not a lot of buildings died today, surprisingly few number. I guess when you have a Zerg that loses, that can be what we see. And then Queen with the outspend, but only about less than 5,000 resources in 30 minutes, is not gonna get the job done. All right, that's fun. That's a great PvZ for your Patreon game of the week. Hope you enjoyed it. That's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.